Okay, we might have a class 4 situation developing early doors here. Maybe, was my interrupt back? I'm getting hit, like, really hard. Sorry? Huh. I'm full red. That might explain it a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, a good day to you all. It's not classic. I know. Don't hate me. Don't panic. Don't hate me. Don't panic. We have, some of you will definitely be aware of this, is that I've been away for 4 days. I've been on a little vacation with my wife to just take a little break. It's our first vacation away. This is such a dad thing to say, I know. But my first vacation away without my little kids. Yeah, without the little kiddies. Do we have any blood elves? Orc, troll, undead. Okay, I guess I pull these with Berserker Rage. And hopefully they'll dispel them. Nope. I did my best. It's a good start. Come here. Come here. Come here. Okay. Yeah, it's my first vacation away without my kids, which has been a pretty fun time, honestly. It was very strange, and it's like it's a big step, right? I know you guys don't care, because you're like, kids, lol. Kids, lol, I know. But getting back, I had a lot to do on live to catch back up with the boys, because we do have a new raid tier coming, and as I've been playing so much Warrior on Classic and enjoying the shit out of it, it made sense to me to actually re-bring the warrior back, because I have dropped my mage. I told you in a recent TDP. The mage has left me now. I have given up on it. And so I wanted to get back into my warrior on live as well, because I still like live for the most part. Like actual raiding and things like that, I still very much enjoy. I just wish live was better everywhere else. Which is some of the things I wanted to discuss today while I'm playing this. But I am having fun with it. He's not super geared. He's like 398. We've been gearing him for, I don't know, on and off for like a week or something like that. Like I said, I haven't actually been here for a week, so it's been a case of just playing it whenever I can. Doing the weekly Mythic Plus. As we've shown in the previous gearing series of new characters, like doing the singular Mythic Plus is by far and away the most efficient way of gearing a character in World of Warcraft. If you can fit in a raid that week, that's even better. But other than that, everything else, it has massive diminishing returns when you start playing the RNG lottery. If you could just get away... What are we doing? Level 9? Level 9. I'll try and do a 10 later. But I kind of want to do it with my friends on this character to get the 10 done. I'm going to have to pull these way back, aren't I? Yes. Are we hitting... I'll do it then. As you can see, I am with my comrades here. Again, a lot of Russians around. A hell of a lot of Russians who are currently playing, at least in the Pug world. I don't know what it is, but everywhere I go, seemingly, it's just Team Russia all the time. Let's pull these back, because I know there's going to be a patrol coming. Please interrupt Shadowbolt Volley. Please, please. Nope. Okay, we might have a class 4 situation developing early doors here. Maybe, was my interrupt back? I'm getting hit, like, really hard. Sorry? Huh. As a side note, I was streaming today, and we did a Mythic Plus Pug to get back into the swing of World of Warcraft. I did do a full Pug in a TDP style, but it was streaming, because I record these offline for you guys. But it wasn't like the TDP style. It was it had some moments. So I'm going to link that down below, because it's not like up to a TDP standard where I can actually like talk to you guys as my YouTube audience. It was more of a stream thing. Alright, everyone's good. Okay, we're going to pull these through. Right, I will annoyingly save myself for the... which I really don't want to do, but I'm going to save myself for the Shadow Bolt volley. I would rather interrupt everything else, but it's not going to... Yeah, let's interrupt this. Let's try and bring him away from these gusting slashes. I am very worried about my health. I don't want to be, but I am. I'm very, very worried. So, yeah, those mobs have kind of, like, disappeared over there. That used a lot of my cooldowns just to tank that, but hopefully it's going to be fine. I shouldn't have interrupted that. I should not have done that. I should not have done that. I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm so dead. Avatar. I mean, do I shield wall here already? I don't think so. I don't think so. Boys. I got it. I got it. Okay, the Hunters did it. Cool. That'll do. These, I mean, it is fortified, Tyrannic. It is fortified, so, I mean, this trash is going to hurt, but still. Get away from me. Okay. I'm gonna get feared. Can I get full health? I'm not asking for a lot. Okay, here we go. In fact, I'm just going to last stand. Shockwave. I'm very tempted to just shield wall. But not yet. Let's put this up. Let's put Spell Reflect up. Alright, looks good. Let's Avatar. I don't care. I mean, the boss isn't going to hurt, is it? Let's interrupt that. Yeah, let's shield wall. Safety first. We're doing a full pug world now. Let's not fuck around. That thing's enraged bigly. He's bigly enraged. Get the shield block up for when he comes out of it. But it's a big question a lot of people have been asking off the back of this. Oh, so there'll be a link down below to that run because it was fun. It's just not something that's a TDP. So I don't want to mislead you guys. I really don't want to mislead you guys and make you like half-ass stream rips. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't think that's what you guys are into at all. Is he drinking? Doesn't appear so. Okay.
4, 3.
If you're not going to drink, like, I'm not going to, you know, I'm going to force you. I guess. You know? I'm not gonna force the dude to. Let's last stand this. No, I should have waited till after the gust, but whatever. I want to move it over here anyway. Yeah, I didn't want to bamboozle you, but I think you'll have fun with it. There was rage, all the things you'd usually expect. But one of the big things people have been asking me, and it's very awkward because a big problem I struggle with, guys, and I've got to, it's one of the things I struggle with the most as a content creator is dealing with people who are unable to appreciate context. Like, being unable to appreciate context is really a son of a bitch. It absolutely is. So what do I mean by that? Let's use the example of Classic that is a big thing for a lot of people. And that is being unable to kind of quantify to themselves. That was a terrible avatar. We lost 2 seconds or whatever. Not a big deal. Being able to quantify within themselves these two statements. Like, you've been asking for a lot more in terms of classes and blah, blah, blah for World of Warcraft for ages. Yet you seem really happy playing Classic where you have way less spells. And it's way slower. Does not compute. And it's a very black and white way of looking at things because the context should be pretty obvious. They're totally different games. They're like completely different games. I don't want to pull this until our Shaman's here. Does he not have water? Ankh Gnome? He's got water. Okay, he does have water. Nice. Good. Our man does have water. Like, it's very hard for some people to quantify that. Now, it shouldn't be. I don't think it should be at all. I don't think that should be a very difficult thing to understand at all because they're completely different games. But they're the same kind of guys, and I've had this a lot, especially when new expansions or whatever have come out, and we've had this kind of discussion. It's basically the same type of dudes, and maybe you do think this way, is, well, Legion had 5 zones, but BFA has 4 zones. Ergo, Legion had more. Right? It's really that black and white in the eyes of many people. It really, truly is that black and white. And they don't really see how that doesn't compute, because 5 is larger than 4. They've had the boys in the lab cracking the numbers on this for quite some time. And that's the data they've come back with. And it's really kind of awkward to say, well, it's not about that. It's about what the fuck is in those zones. It's not as easy as 1 has 4 and 1 has 5. It depends what's in those zones. You could have 9 zones, but if the content's no good... Can I stun that? Can I taunt it back? Apparently not. Okay. It's really just not as easy as lol, you know, 1 has 4, 1 has 5. It just isn't that easy. Let's last stand out of this. I'm taking no risk with this pug. I'm just gonna play super safe, keep the dream alive. I think that's a better way of playing here. Play it extra safe, can't really go wrong. And it's the same as, like, counting talent rows. It's like, I could count the amount... In Classic, for example, the talent tree has X amount of points. And in Modern World of Warcraft, we only have, like, this amount, right? What is it, 7? I should really concentrate on what I'm doing. I say I'm going to play extra safe. Just ignores everything. I don't think I could do anything against the Chain Lightning, can I? Not that I know of, anyway. And... It's hard to have that discussion because we're not starting from the point of like comparing 2 and 2. You're trying to... The first thing you need to do is actually try and open people's eyes to, well, it's all about the context of the situation. And if you understand context, everything becomes way clearer for you. It does. Everything becomes so much more obvious and easy to understand, and you start making better parallels. But I'll try anyway, because, you know, that's my job. The context is everything. So, for example, in Nazjatar, in my big feedback that I did for Nazjatar, which I do want to revisit, by the way, for those of you who've been asking me about that, I do want to revisit it because they have revamped some stuff and see how that's played out. I did the big feedback post. And in there, a thing that people really clocked onto more than I thought they would was actually the size of the zone in terms of what you do there, gameplay-wise. And then we look at Classic, where we've got kind of the alternative problem, right? Where the alternative problem is, it's actually you're out in the open world for a really long time. And the healer died. Okay. Did he get aggro? I can't imagine so. Let's pop shield wall now. He has anked, but still. Let's try not to make this any more difficult than it needs to be. And the hunter died. Are they just not moving from the charges? Okay, that's what it is. Alright, okay, good. I imagine quaking might have screwed him there. I have no idea, like, the gearing here or anything. So I'll do my best. I'm not sure what... Oh, our Warlocks... He died a long time. They're all running back. Okay. Fair. I'll demo shout here. Why not? This is going to be a run, boys. This is going to be a run. This is going to be a run. So it's very hard to... The discussion is, it's a very different game. Like... It's fine, like in Classic, it's fine to have a big, open, slow-paced world. It's actually fine, because what happens in that world is interesting and fun. The difference in Nazjatar is nothing really happens that's interesting and fun. Like, certainly, even I know that when I get to a certain place, like the World Quest. So we're going from World Quest A to World Quest B, and there's quite a lot of travel time in between. The thing is, I know for a fact, one, what happens at World Quest A isn't going to be that interesting. It's going to be collect something, blah, 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 blah. And also, the time between World Quest A and B is going to be generally trying to avoid as many enemies as possible if I do have to go through some sort of heavily populated area, right? Let's pull that away from that. So we have a nice, easy circle to run around. I don't think the tank can avoid this, can he? Yeah. I'm 90% sure the tank can't avoid that. And when I get there, I'm also not going to really do anything that interesting. Which is another big problem. It's another big problem that I have to deal with, because that's not fun. It's not fun. And then when I get to World Quest B, it's not going to be that interesting anyway. So then we could say something that makes a lot of sense, like, well, in Classic, what I do at... Let's just for the sake of call them World Quest, but we're talking about normal quests. what I do at World Quest A, which might be collect 10 bear tongues, that in and of itself isn't particularly interesting. Well, one, it's more interesting than live because it's dangerous. And that means that I have to be invested, I have to be engaged, I have to pay attention. There's a lot of things there that do actually make it more interesting. Alright, the hunters should be fine here. At least one of them's BM. Oh, it's teaming. Let's not go too crazy then with teaming. Let's pull this guy out. Didn't get the demo shot on him, which kind of sucks. But I do have to concentrate a little bit here. I want to pull this guy out here. Oh, he's going straight into the beam. That's a bummer. Yeah, I should last stand here. Dude, can you come over here? Honestly. That was a bit of a bummer. Like, he back-to-backs the abilities, which sucks. Yeah, I didn't think he back-to-backed them like that. I never pay attention when I'm DPSing. Whoa. Oof. Almost died. And we're good. A little scary. Oh, come on, Quaking. Oh, Blizzard. Oh, Blizzard. Why you do this? It crit me because I was sat down as well, right? Did it crit me? No, it hit. Yeah. I wasn't sure if Quaking could crit. Oh, well. And I'm back here. Fun times. Fun times. The dream lives on, boys. The dream lives on. So, yeah, because the world is more dangerous, obviously it's more interesting. I have to be way more engaged than I do in live. I mean, in order to be in that kind of danger on... Fuck off! In order to be... I even have a timer for this. In order to be that engaged, I'd have to be on a very, very, like, fresh character, right? I'd have to be on a very fresh 120 to do what I would do as standard and normal all the way through Classic. So, although the quest physically... I think the hunter pulled that. AoE to your heart's content, boys. Please don't fill this area. Do me a favor, boys. Nice. Oh, yeah, it's pretty full. They're all ranged, so it's not like it matters. I can stand here. Not like it matters at all, so we can do what we want to do. We'll tank this little corner. Let's grab this guy. And that'll be our little route done through King's Rest here to that's the second boss. Not only that, there's so much that happens when you get there that is nothing to do with the quest at all. And that's another big difference. There's so much that happens, which I tried to explain. It's because you're out there for so long, because drop rates are bad, which on the piece of paper is like, that's bad. Like, the drop rates take fucking forever, right? But the thing is, you're out in the open world, you're not in a city or a safe place for a majority of your time. And therefore, there is that element of danger, and teaming up is more important, and so on and so forth, right? So there's all that elements to it as well.
4, 3,
Yeah, get the pull correct here.
1.
Let's go. Shield block these, and then we'll go into last stand. He's dead already. I suspect, actually, that we might be carrying the Warlock. I have a theory. I have a theory. They're asking if he's got a soul stone. I doubt he does. I doubt he does. That's okay. You move from the fire, see? Ooh. Scary stuff. I'm memeing, I know. I'm a terrible person. So all those elements make a big, open, slower world far more interesting in the context of that game. In the context of BFA, where those elements don't really exist, where the world isn't particularly dangerous, and I know that my activities are likely to be very short-lived as well, is something else to consider. Like, highly short-lived. Once I arrive at those quests, I'm likely just to AoE everything down. It's likely to be done and dusted as quickly as possible. You mix in those elements, and then you get a very different context. Because in the context of the BFA game, faster is better, because it's the least amount of time I want to spend in those areas. Right? Similar with the Warrior. The Warrior has plenty of skills. I will argue, I haven't done an actual count, but again, we're getting into that black and white sort of area again. Is more abilities then or now? I would argue, regardless of literal numbers on a page, that I'm even if I have more abilities. Hold on. It's a little spooky. Come on, dude. What? Can I get one heal? Alright, I'll shield wall then. And spell reflects. And I'm dead. I could have hellstoned there, but I mean, I was literally popping everything one by one, every global. Did I get smashed then? Oh, quaking was going off. Silenced? Fair enough. That pops. No problemo. It's a long ass run back though, that's for sure. I would argue for sure, regardless of physical amounts of numbers, that the spells in Classic are more meaningful. And so that comes from, certainly from tanking. Let's look at it from just a tanking point of view, so then we don't get all, like, lost. We don't get all confused with, like, well, what about Fury and what about Arms and all that. From a tanking point of view, I have way less rage, obviously, than I do here. Let's just call it resources. I have way less resources. But that does make my choices more impactful with the few spells that I do. And also because threat is such a big deal in Classic, my choices really matter in that environment of that game, right? Within the context of that game. So yes, I'm struggling for rage. So most warrior things could work around like 15 rage, like 15, 16 rage. So for 15 rage, I could do a couple of things. Firstly is I could press Sunder Armor. And you'll see a lot of people who don't really care about, who don't know much about Classic say you just spam Sunder Armor, right? Very normal thing. But that's not true. Because on the back end of this, I could also do a revenge, do a shield block, which forces my revenge to proc, which is equal to about 15 or 16 rage. Let's CC one of these. I don't want to go through this again. Let's just do that. We've got Hex. Hex would be nice. Trap. Hex, trap. Hex, trap. Press the thing. Okay. We'll do some classic style tanking. Why not? Suits the theme of the video, right? We'll do some classic style tanking. Works for me. Let's put it that way. Works for me. Man, that dude's almost dead from the frost shock alone. This is what we're doing. Like it or not, this is how we're tanking King's Rest. This is about the most vanilla tanking experience I've had in such a long time. But I don't want to pull the Brute as well. Let's pull him back here. Nice and safe. Nice and safe, boys. Nice and safe. We need to pull this now, though. So I'm going to. Yep. And back in. Try and maintain his position. I don't want him wandering off somewhere spooky. Perfect. That's what we like to see. Excellent. We're doing well now, boys. Let's stun that leap so he stays around. Oh, he also got intimidated. Well played, that hunter. He should come back to me, I'm pretty sure. Kill this, because we're good tankaroos. And we like killing the man. Good stuff. So those have more impact, in my opinion. Those spells and those abilities have more impact, because what I could do with that, coming back to those numbers... Oh, we got pets on. Okay. Coming back to those numbers I just mentioned, is that we have a series of options that we could do. Because I have to trickle rage up as a tank. Which means if I have 15 rage, popping asunder is probably a good idea. The mob will die quicker because armor matters in Classic, especially if we've got a lot of physical DPS. Those are all things that do matter in some way. Yep. Just making sure I've got a solid pull here, boys. Don't want to mess my boys up. I can't believe how much warriors scream and shout. They really do. They do like to scream and shout with what they're doing. I'm committing. I'm committing. They're going to kill it. Yes. Yes, dude. That's what I want to see. Getting a bit boisterous here with a full pull to the face. So if I'm struggling... So if I've got 15 rage, throwing Asunder is probably a good idea. That's a really nice way of opening. It's a good solid threat. Nice builder. But if I'm struggling for rage... And this is where it gets more important. If I'm struggling for rage, then I have some choices to make. Because maybe I'm also getting smacked, right? It's very possible I'm in a scenario where I'm struggling for rage and I'm getting smacked into the ground. What do I want to do there? Well, shield block's not great in Classic. Blocks one attack. But it is something. It does block something. Like, to say it's not great is one of those gamer terms where it's like, well, it's not the best, so don't even press it, mate. Right? What do you even press it for? You fucking dumb, you, mate, or what? Which isn't really the case. It's more a case of, it's not the best, but it's still worth pressing. Like, blocking attacks is not a fucking joke by any means. Not something that should be taken for granted. That's one way of looking at it. Let's just last stand off the back of this. Oh, come on. Hellstone. It's that double bleed. Yeah, I'm going to shield wall this. Oof, victory rush. Victory rush to the rescue. Got a bit of range for the shield wall. For the shield block. Yeah, so it's not great, but it's better. And what it does is it makes up for the fact that I lost a threat. Because shield block obviously isn't going to give me any threat. But what it does allow me to do while I'm struggling for rage is it's cheaper than Sunder Armor. So I can press that. It's cheaper than Sunder Armor. And I'm going to get a very super cheap revenge pretty soon because it's going to block an attack. So it gives me a more defensive, offensive style. Those are choices I can make, which are interesting to make. They're very interesting choices to make. And that gives those spells more weight. Now, it's not to say that, and people are going to go straight away, yeah, BFA, your choices don't matter. That's absolutely not true. Like, spell reflecting the right thing, using, you know, certainly active mitigation at the right time, those kinds of things are very good. But they're also pretty cyclical. So what you're going to see is a lot of you've got to move from the Raptor. This Warlock has definitely never done King's Rest before. That's okay. He's definitely not done King's Rest before. I wish I could bandage right now. I actually, no joke, I physically went to my bandage keybind there. No bamboozle. I did. My instinctively, it's Alt 2. You see I have Hellstone at Alt 1. Alt 2 is my bandage. And in Classic, Alt 3 is food. Yeah, I definitely did. Let's mark some stuff here. I don't like this pull. I'll mark some shit. Let's get some CC here. It's not worth the risk. It really isn't. There's 2 hunter traps potentially here. Oh, you can't res. Where are you backpedaling to? Come back. Come back. So it does matter here, but it's much more spammy and also allows for way more mistakes. Because things are on such a low cool... What's happening? There we go. Those things are such a low cooldown, like delaying a thunderclap by a few seconds ain't a big deal. But if I'm waiting 5 seconds to press Sunder, that's a different kettle of fish. Can we get the other one? There we go. I like you, hunters. You're good people. See if we get a stun on here would be nice. Well, I didn't get the bleed, so I'm happy. I didn't get the bleed, so I'm a good boy. I'm a good boy. Okay, while they're doing that, we'll go and grab this. Well, what you can see, and I think is cool, is even now, even after all this time, you can still see very clearly the same thought processes I have, which were taught to me back in... And I should be clear on this. I did not tank in Classic. I didn't tank in Classic. I did a little tiny bit. But I was a healer throughout the vast majority of the time. Like, that was where I tanked full time in the Burning Crusade. So that's where a lot of my experience comes from. But all the things that I picked up there are still things I use today. Positioning... you'll still see me, even though it's mostly useless in BFA, you'll still see me tabbing between targets and trying to manage that appropriately. Good man. Wasn't there 3 Berserkers here on teaming? Was that like years and years ago? See, even now, like, turn around, let the guys do their job. Nice stun. I like that. Well, you can, because everything feels very samey, and I had this issue with I have this issue with my druid all the time in terms of gameplay of my druid. I have 2 primary spells, right? I have 2 dots, Sunfire and Moonfire. This is probably a better example. I have Moonfire and Sunfire, but I then have the filler spells, which are Lunar Strike and Solar Wrath, right? They're both practically identical spells. Like, there's a slightly shorter cast time on one, and the other one does more sort of AoE splash, but they've even built in AoE splash into the other spell as well at this point. So they both feel kind of the same. So when you compare it to those impactful choices I talked about earlier with Sunder and Revenge and Shield Block, and those are simple things, you can see already it's like a very different environment, a very different thought process. Go.
4,
Do you not have drinks?
2.
This is not a boss you want to go into on half mana, even on fortified. But whatever. I don't know. You just make me scared. That's all I'm saying. Ah, shit. Okay, good. You make me worried, Mr. Shaman. Maybe it won't matter. Yeah. Call the elements. They don't appear to... Yeah, they are. I think one of the hunters is doing it. I think one of the hunters is doing it, which is fine. Right, you're all going to help out here, right? Yeah? For sure. Oh, he's got boss mods and shit. Did not dodge. Nice charge interrupt there. But that gameplay you just saw there, you see that where I just like charged, I picked a mob, charged in combat, got the pummel. That stuff, I love. That's the stuff that fits into this modern game so much better. Dodged it. Nice. Oh, parried it, something. And that's the stuff that I love about Classic that makes sense in the context of Classic. Like, just that little thing we just did there is so much more important to me than just going, like, raw numbers and stuff. That gameplay, I really, really like. Unquestionably, I really like it. Guess I'm the only one who's going to stand in the middle, right? Oh, no, the Shaman's standing in the middle. Good. It's easier. Oh, no, the Warlock's got Severing Axe! Oh, disaster, boys! He's going to be alright. He's going to be alright. Shaman's going to take good care of him. He promised me. Oh. Oh, treacherous covenant, almost. Almost. Did we kill it? Jesus Christ, that lagged out so fucking much, man. Context, boys. It's so vitally important that you put context in things. I had this discussion recently with some people on Twitter because they were like, but you're saying, like, this is good in Classic, but, like, you're bitching about the exact opposite thing in BFA, and you're just being a hypocrite about these things. It's like, no, like, these aren't even the same fucking game, dude. Like, in the context of that world, it makes sense. In the context of this world, this makes sense. And in this game, I need more impactful spells. I need more impactful abilities. Because right now, I've got a few impactful ones, but there's a lot of them that are like... they feel like bluster. Go, go, go. I just want you to have some mana, dude. I know you care about the timer, but it's honestly, it's fortified, and it's not going to take us 5 minutes to kill the last boss. See, this is my problem here. I want to be alive. Please. I don't think you can even shield block this guy, right? If I die, it's going to take us... My thought process... See, I'm going to die here. Hellstone. Please. Please, my love. Please. Do you see the problem? If you have full mana, you can just spam massive heals, dude. Endo story. Riptide. I got a couple of healing surges at the end. But it was just Riptide. That was exactly why. That was exactly why. I bet he's saying something horrible. Russian friends. Russian friends. Communicate. Communicate. Like, if I know if I'm on my healer, all I want at this point is full mana bar. I will spam a full mana bar at this guy at fortified. Why not? The boss means nothing. The boss means absolutely nothing. Is this guy honestly waiting for a res?
4, 3, 2, 1.
Focus, boys. Please, dude, I've hellstoned already. Just spam me. Spam me! Healing Surge. Barrage, Healing Surge. Yeah, it's beforehand. You can't just Healing Surge when I'm low. Just surge from the start. From the get-go. From the put. Just go, go, go. It's mega unfortified. Just need mega spam from start. Well, I've got shield wall back. Demo shout will help. This guy's a beast. You can't, like... I will Zerg heal the fucking tank every time. Maybe I could be playing better. I don't know. I don't even know if he understands me. Alright, I'm going troll. This is the only way we'll solve this. Of course! Of course. There we go. Don't be shy with your mana. What do I say? Every healing TDP. Don't be shy. Just zerg. Zerg, zerg, zerg. What the fuck is that spirit link?
3, 2, 1.
Whatever, dude. I don't know. Spell reflecting after this. Shield wall. Hellstone. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, come on, come on. Not right now, little pudding. Daddy's getting killed by a big monster.
It's 5 o'clock.
I know. I'll be with you in a minute, okay? Love you, pudding. It's 5 o'clock, boys. We got there. We got there. That's all that matters. I need a repair. I'm full red. That might explain it a little bit. That might explain it. I don't have a repair thing. Is there any in our guild bank? Probably not. Feast me, daddy. Hammer me, daddy. Oh, the hammers are gone. Feels bad. Feels bad. Does somebody have a bot? Okay, the full red, because I assume some gear was broken before that. We can summon. I guess. I guess some gear was broken before that point. I guess. I don't know. Could I have done something better there? I don't think so. I'm not sure. I mean, it's a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage there. Yeah, he does like no melee. That's what I thought. 57k. It's just 960. Just 1 million shadow barrage damage. Damn. Damn. I've clearly gotten too relaxed with my He's still here. Why are you still here? Is he gone? He is gone. Okay, server lag. Good. Good. Resto Sham. I don't know. Warriors. Something I should have done better? I don't know. Was there much I could have done there? I always go back and think this way. What could I have done differently there? I had no health potions. Oh my god, he was so broken. He was so broken. Oh my god. That's hilarious. So the health just goes badunk. Oh my god. Oh. We're here though. It's a depleto. It's 33 deaths, but we're here. We're feeling good. Did it spawn him at the beginning? It did. Yeah. It did. I'll eat my own food. I'll eat my own food. It's all good, my dude. It's all... Oh, get lost. Get lost. What a day. I thought I'll do a quick... I timed it pretty much right. That's why my son came in there. I timed it pretty much right to be done by now. But here we are. He's almost here. Come on, man. Yes, dude. There he is. One enemy remains. It's going to be all good. We've got everything the body needs to do this. Here he comes. Look at him. Majestic. Majestic AF. Spirit Walker's Grace to get to the boss room. Pretty hype.
4, 3, 2, 1.
pretty hypers. Hypers in the chat for that. If some of you typed hypers then in my YouTube comments, I'm just going to be like so sad. We'll make blade combo as painless as possible, I think. I need to get some aggro on this. Blade combo. Let's move over. Come on. Over here. Oh, bad shield block. Let's not take any more damage than necessary. Avoid these little gusts. Tremor, tremor. Tremor, tremor, tremoring. And that's it, right? Boss is done now, dude. Easy from this point on. Easiest game of my life. No blade combo damage for me. Nothing at all. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. We've got a good amount of rage. Let's demo shout him. One last stand. We got there. Team Russia got there, boys. It can be as intense as Classic can. Yeah, a little bit of an F on the timer, but okay. Okay. Okay on that one. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that does bring us to the end of this TDP. I'd love to see your thoughts on... let's see your thoughts on like how context... and what you've dealt with in gamers in general when context is like lost completely. You know, it can be very difficult when context isn't taken into account. It'll be an awkward time. Thank you all. See yous. Bye-bye. Love you all.